I am Jody Donald, and I'm very excited to share with you my curriculum unit. This is about college algebra, but I'm teaching it in a dual credit setting in the high school. And these are the 10 key math practices that the state of Missouri would like us to do for all middle and high schools. And I'm focusing mostly on the practice number 2, which you can read, and the practice number 7. And while many students would argue they won't ever need math that they learn in this course, what this unit does provide is opportunities to look for patterns, use inductive reasoning, notice what is the same as what is different, and communicate their mathematical thinking in a variety of ways. Plus, critique and analyze other work in a very collaborative way. And all those skills are necessary for our students to be successful when joining the workforce. And I think these two practices, in their own way, do support that. Now, this unit was developed with the purpose of implementing these 3 of the 14 practices by building thinking classrooms in mathematics. In number 8, the hints and extensions, it's actually practice number 9, but we use the technique of thin slicing for the hints and extensions. In practice number 10, student notes, they're going to make notes to their future forgetful selves. We know we need to provide students who may need more support in writing notes on their own, some graphic organizers, and those will be provided as well. And then lastly here, check your understanding. They'll have 2 check your understanding assignments. These are 2 question sheets and 2 answer keys. They do suggest we provide worked out solutions, but I'm leaving that up to the individual teacher so that the write-ups match the way the students have been taught and have been typically solving problems in the classroom, since it can vary from school to school or even classroom to classroom. Now, we know that Dewey believed in education is not about telling and being told, but actively and constructively processing. So these 3 practices mirror what he had as an aim. Thin slicings are implemented in groups of 2 or 3 students. They're positioned around the room on vertical marker boards, and the work is visible for everyone to collaborate so they can help each other, notice things, maybe ask questions of each other and not just rely on the teacher. Also, Dewey felt educators give their students the map of some territory of a subject without engaging the students in any firsthand experiences that will make the map meaningful and useful to them. And I think we've all been in classes where that's happened. So these notes for future forgetful selves, is an approach that allows students to actually take the thin slicing and write their own map. And we provide for differentiated instruction or differentiated students because providing some graphic organizers might help them start to develop how to make a map. Finally, implementing the check your understanding and posting worked out solutions is a unique way to have students learn from experience. We know that in this day and age, you can get an app to scan a problem and it'll tell you how to solve it in many different ways. You can Google the problem and probably find the textbook and the answer key online. Also, kids will have the best person in class solve a problem, take a picture, and then Snapchat it and send it to each other. So by providing students with worked out solutions, that opportunity to compare their work to the worked solution and ask clarifying questions is exactly what is needed. To be a critical thinker is the goal of this learning experience. And students who are doing the assignment to truly check their understanding will benefit from having those worked out solutions. Now, it's pretty obvious that the subject-centered curriculum fits this quite well with college algebra. It supports critical thinking, problem solving, good study skills, and work habits, which are all found in that subject-centered curriculum. But if you look at the society-centered curriculum, in a much broader sense. The practice of thin slicing promotes concern for the welfare of others because it's about the collaborative environment, the expectation of looking at other work to support understanding. Ethical values and behavior are addressed when assigning the check your understanding problems. They learn very quickly that if they just copy Mrs. Donald's answers, they won't have any understanding. And they eventually come to realize that taking the time and trying it on their own, then comparing their work with mine, allows them to have clarification of understanding, and they can confer with other students as well as the teacher. And this is a growth in values as they move from seeing practice homework as a way to earning points to instead becoming a practice to deepen understanding.